Hi, welcome to the Improved Garage YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, please click the button. So today, it's an exciting day. I have a stack of tires and wheels here for the Mini. So I ordered these, today is September 24th. I ordered these from Tire Rack, which I've used many times in the past. Tire Rack's always been great to deal with. They have good selection, good prices. They do not sponsor my channel. So I ordered these in the first week of September. It's about 2.5 weeks ago. Because of COVID, things are out of stock, things are delayed, things are this, things are that. So let's take a look at what we got. I haven't even looked at them yet. All right. So these are the factory tires and wheels, just to show them for context. It has the black Mini wheels. Those are 16-inch wheels, and they are wrapped in Firestone Firehawk tires. My back tires are pretty new. The front tires are not only not new, but they don't match. This one's pretty gone. It's a Delinte, and then the front left is a Firestone that matches the rears, but it doesn't have a ton of tread left. So normally what I'll end up doing is I'll order tires, I'll order wheels, and I'll have a local shop do the installation, and I'll move the TPMS sensors, the tire pressure sensors, from the car to the new wheels, and you know, get rid of the old tires, and basically I'll just store the wheels. So like my Mercedes, I stored my factory wheels, I moved my sensors over, and then I had aftermarket wheels with aftermarket tires installed in the car. In this case, and the reason that I do that is because TPMS, to swap the sensors in most cars, requires a reprogramming, which means that you need to have specialized tools, which at that point, it's an investment. You have to buy sensors for the new set of tires and wheels, and then you have to have somebody actually program them, so you have to go to the shop anyway, so you might as well just have them move your stuff over. So in this case, I did something a little bit different. Because I still have tread on the tires that are there, I figured I'll hang on to them, and they can be what I sell the car with if I ever get rid of it. Or when I get rid of it. I get rid of every car at some point. And I would just get these and install them on the car. And I ordered these with tire pressure sensors in them, and this car can learn tire pressure sensors itself. So these were mounted and balanced by Tire Rack, shipped to my door, and they arrived this morning. They shipped on Wednesday from Nevada. I'm in California. They came on track. And they need to be cleaned up. They have some mounting material and crap on them, unfortunately. That is one thing that I will say. It's not my first set of mounted and balanced tires from Tire Rack. Like, I wish that they would clean them a little bit better when they arrive. Anyway, so this is a driver's side tire. I got Hankook Ventus V12 Evo2s. They're not the best tire, they're not the worst tire, but they're a good mid-range tire. They're the rating is a AA traction rating, and then they have a, so these are a 320 treadwear rating, they're AA traction and A temperature. So that means that they're about as sticky as it gets for a road tire, with the traction rating of a AA. There are some stickier tires that wear a little bit worse, because AA is kind of a category and not a, it's a wider category. The reason that I chose those is because they're already wider than what the car has on it. I went with a size 205, 45, 17. So they're wider than what the car has on it from the factory, which is great. They weren't tremendously expensive because I went with a wider size than what the factory has on it. And they are going to wear well and have better traction than the factory tires. So it'll be a significant improvement without getting to a point where I'm buying tires every 5,000 miles because I'm just wearing them out really quick. So they should be, something that lasts 15, 20,000 miles, something thereabouts. Now, I paid right around $1,500 is like 14 something shipped for 4 wheels with tires, mounted and balanced, shipped to my door, tire pressure sensors already installed, all of the hardware included. So we'll get into the hardware here in just a second. I'll show you what that looks like. And you'll see that they all have a sticker on the inside. This is because there's a hub centering ring that centers them on the car that is designed to fit that car. So this is a passenger side as it's labeled on the side of the tire. And then here is the hardware. So here's the included hardware. Now I specifically asked for black lug nuts. So what we should have in here are the black lug nuts. Looks like there's some Allen wrenches in here, which are for the center covers on the wheels. So any wheel hardware that comes with the wheels will be in here. And then this should be my lug nuts and my key for the car. Something to note if you're not 100% familiar with aftermarket wheels is that from the factory, most wheels will have what is called an acorn pattern, meaning that the bottom of the nut is kind of rounded. Most factory lug nuts will be rounded on the bottom. Most aftermarket wheels have a tapered fitment. That's what this is called. So these are actually lug bolts because it's a BMW for the car. And here is the key for these lug bolts that you can use your your regular tire changing tool to change it. So I believe that's a 17mm hex. It looks like. Yeah, so it's 17mm hex, and these are my new lugs. So I received black lugs. There should be 20 of them here. 5, 10, 15, 20. And then, my other wheels and tires. So I'm going to get them all unpacked here. We'll start cleaning up the first wheel, and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, so getting the wheels ready for the car. So I started off, I jacked up this side of the car, pulled 2 wheels off, and I just made sure that the fitment was right, meaning the offset was good, that it actually mounts on the hub, it's the right lug pattern, all of that. So I tried one of the wheels and just kind of validated it fits the front, fits the rear. It's going to clear the calipers, it's not going to rub the suspension, kind of all of that stuff. I hate to go through the time of prepping and getting everything ready, only to have to redo it, order another set. And I've had that happen. I've had wheels that didn't fit, that the internet said would fit. So I'm going to kind of show the process that I'm using to prep these and get them ready. So first off, I'm going to take the wheel. I've already done this with 2 of them, so I'm just going to, this will be the 3rd one. Remove the sticker from the back, and I'm going to start off by cleaning out the barrel, the inside. And my hands are green. It's from a chemical guy's product that I'll talk about in a minute. So to clean the barrel, I'm going to use some surface prep spray. It's Car Pro Eraser that's in a spray bottle. I'm using a multi-purpose rag, which is a rag company car wash towel, they call it. This is I purchased it from Obsessed Garage. It's what they call their multi-purpose towel. And really what I'm doing is I'm wiping off the glue from the mounting process. So there's a little bit of glue and residue left behind on the wheel from the mounting process. And it really doesn't matter who your which company you order it from. I've done Discount Tire Direct. I've done, this is Tire Rack. They always seem to have some on them. So clean out the barrel. I'm not laying it on the face because the face actually sticks out past the front edge of the tire a little bit on these. So we'll lay it down on the back like that. And then we're going to clean off the face. To clean off the face, I'm just kind of spraying the rag and using the rag to wipe everything out. I kind of have these nooks. So starting with that, going all the way around. And with the eraser, it wipes off really easily. It's not, you know, it's not like a glue. It's more just a, it's, I don't know if it's like an adhesion promoter or something to just clean the edge of the tire, or if it's just lubrication to make it slide over the actual wheel itself. But we're just kind of going to wipe this whole thing off, make it nice and clean, and that's kind of what it looks like there. Now, next thing, I have another rag here, it's yellow rag, and on this yellow rag I'm spraying CarPro Tar X, which is a tar remover, just a little bit more aggressive, and I'm using that to wipe the actual tire itself, because there's some dirt and crap on that. Just kind of going all the way around like that. And next, I'm applying a wheel wax to the wheels. Now, I actually ordered some CarPro Deluxe, which is a ceramic coating for wheels, but it's not here yet. So this is a Chemical Guys product. It's called Max Coat Wheel Guard, and it's just a wax, kind of like a car wax, but it's designed specifically for wheels. And I don't know if it's really any different than car wax, but it's designed specifically for wheels according to their website, and it's going to provide me just a base level of coverage for the wheels while I wait on my CarPro Deluxe to show up. You know, when the Deluxe comes in, I'll have to wash the wheels, but I know me, the Deluxe will come in a week and these wheels will stay on the car for another 2 weeks until I finally have the time to pull them off and put everything on. This wheel guard stuff I've used before. It works fairly well. It doesn't attract dust. It's just you know, it's a wax that's designed to kind of keep the wheels clean. The one negative I will say is that it turns your hand green, and I completely forgot about this because I've only used it one other time, which was my last set of wheels, which was my Golf R. I purchased a set of Sparco Acetic Garas, like a 7-spoke, and I like those wheels. They were nice. I almost bought them for the Mini, but I just wanted something a little bit different, and I've never had a 5-spoke. So really, I'd say there were 2 reasons that I ended up with the wheel choice that I have here. The first is that the wheels are not incredibly expensive. I mean, it's the Mini Cooper. I like the Mini Cooper, but it's a $15,000 car. It's nothing crazy. It's only got 200 horsepower. The next would be that they're going to be easy to clean. So, you know, they don't have twin spokes or multi-spokes or any small nooks and crannies. They're just going to be very easy to clean. The face I can do with the green brush. This I can do with my normal blue brush pretty easily. And they're just there's a lot of room. They're going to be easy to keep clean. And secondly, they're really light. These are going to shave like 5 pounds per corner off of the car, which doesn't seem like a lot, but we're only talking about like 45 pounds. So it's like, you know, it's something like 10 to 12% of the weight of the entire wheel is going to be shaved off by, and I'm going up a size too, which normally results in something heavier. So when one is done and dried, It kind of looks like this. So this was the first one that I did. And you can see the wax is dry on it. So I'm just going to use a polish removal towel here and just kind of buff the wax off. Again, being careful not to set it down on its face. Not that the cardboard is incredibly aggressive, but all it takes is one little pebble and you've got a scratch in your brand new wheel. So I'm just kind of working in a circle from the outside in. I did already apply one coat of tire dressing to the tire. I used the Obsessed Garage tire dressing, which very narrowly won my tire dressing shootout. I believe that was video number 60, so if you want to go back and watch that, you can. But the tire dressing, OG tire dressing came in first, and the Chemical Guys Blue Guard came in second of the couple that I tested out. So that's what it looks like, clean and ready to install. I will say that this does definitely give it a little bit more gloss. It looks very clean. And then I'm just going to do a second coat of the OG tire dressing because the tire kind of absorbed it. That's a brand new tire. So this one is ready to go on. However, it's a passenger side, and the driver side is the one that's jacked up first, so we have to do that first. So I'll come back when I get them installed. So we'll get one installed here. This is actually the last one. So I'm using a, in this case it's 17 millimeter, which is what the car uses, on my mid-torque impact. I've got this set at setting number 3 right now. I'm just going to remove the lugs. The last lug, you hold the wheel, and you lift it off. We have our new lug nuts. And we're going to put our gun in speed number 1. So, take this, note the direction. Every tire is directional, so this one has a rotation arrow this way, forward direction. So you want to get the car flat on the hub and hold the center of the hub. And I usually will start the lugs by hand just to get the first couple of courses of thread in and make sure that I don't have them you know, cross-threaded in some way. Because when you give it a little bit of impact and they're cross-threaded, you're going to screw up either your hub, hopefully your bolt, but probably your hub. These bolts are hard. So get it started. Couple rows of thread. Now, one, skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, you can technically torque them with the gun. I don't like to do that, especially on brand new wheels. So Just wipe them off again, get any wax that we might have missed. Make sure that they look good now that they're out in the sun. Then, drop the car down. And I guess something I should mention is if you're doing this, in this case I had the emergency brake on and I have the car in first gear because I'm lifting up an entire side of the car instead of just the front, which the emergency brake stops the back and the first gear stops the front. So I'm going to tighten this upward and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set the tire pressure. In every car, the tire pressure is either on the gas cap or on the door. My pressure needs to be 35 psi all the way around. A lot of cars have different front and back pressures, like my Mercedes, for example, does. So this is a PCL tire gauge. It comes from Obsessed Garage. And I am right at 35, which is good. Tire rack should, because you put the car in, know what your pressures are supposed to be and set the tires before they get to you. So I had 35, 35, 37, 36. Pretty close. So now they're all at the same pressure. Everything is cool. And they're physically installed. So we can take a look and see how they look. I personally think that they're a great looking wheel on this car. And yeah, I think they're fantastic. So, thanks for watching. My next video, I'll be setting up the TPMS sensors on this car.